Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Today we're checking out Yakety Yak from the Coasters, alright? So with this one, I'm assuming it might be, because I've only ever heard that Yakety Yak Don't Talk Back, right? So I'm assuming that's the song, but I can't tell you what anything else about the song except that. But if that's the part, I've definitely heard that growing up. I don't know in what case it would be used. Maybe shows like to take that and write that into a line of a character of a show just because it was so known. I don't know, but I haven't heard the song, so I'm excited to check it out today. And the Coasters is who does it. I believe this is the first time we've checked out the Coasters, so I like diving into older music, whether it be 60s, 50s, 40s, right before my time. I don't know exactly where this one's gonna land, but you know, I could just tell by the black and white photo and whatnot that we're gonna go back in some time. But let's go ahead and hear some Yakety Yak. We'll dive into the wiki afterwards, see when the song was released, and maybe whatever other information we can get from it. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the suggestion too. This was pulled up from a suggestion in the comment sections from one of my videos. So thank you for the suggestion to do this one, because I would like to hear what the song's actually about. You know, and sometimes there may not be a lot of substance to it, and it may just be that fun Yakety Yak Don't Talk Back. And that's what I believe it says. We'll double check if that's what they're saying right here. But thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the description, consider becoming a member. A great way to support me. Let's dive in.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety Yak,
don't talk back.
just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom. Get all that garbage outside, or you don't go out Friday night. Yakety Yak,
Don't talk back.
you just put on your coat and hat and walk yourself to the laundromat. And when you finish doing that, bring in the dog and put out the cat. Yakety Yak,
Don't talk back.
I like it. Oh, fire. Oh, my cheeks already hurt.
don't you give me no dirty looks. Your father's hip, he knows what cooks.
He knows what cooks.
Just tell your hoodlum friend outside, you ain't got time to take a ride. Yakety Yak,
Don't talk back.
Yakety Yak, 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 Yakety Yak.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's pure fun. Pure fun song. Alright, so I had no idea what the song was about. That was a fun listen. It's about take care of your business, do your chores, or you're not going to have any fun. You're not going to be able to go out and rock and roll. You're not going to go out on Friday nights. These are the things that you need to get done, and don't talk back. I want no lip, alright? The end sound or the ending one, it was funny because I had saw a meme where it's like this kid like shocked and crying in another room, and it's one of those situations, if you ever been there, where you're at a friend's house and maybe your friend's parents start getting after them and you're like in the other room like, oh my gosh, and then they pull you into it, you know what I mean, where they're like, and you need to do this and that, and I don't care, your friend can go home, and you're over there like, oh my gosh, like I'm staying out of this, you know what I mean? But that made me think about that when he's like, tell your hoodlum friend outside, you know, you can't go for that ride, get out of here, pretty much. Like, oh, why you gotta take shots at the friend just because you're mad at the kid? But but yeah, so this was a situation where it's the parents probably love this one because they're like, yeah, I gotta tell you that all the time, you know what I mean? And then the kids listening to it like, oh my god, that sounds just like my parents, you know what I mean? So it's one that both cases can connect to, but it's fun. It's taking serious matters and making them fun. Serious matters that we all experience, whether as the parent or as the kid of this song. You've lived both sides of the fence probably. So that was a fun listen right there, man. But let's dive in, learn a little bit more about the Coasters Yakety Yak, but not at all what I had thought that the song could be about. So that was pretty cool to listen. All right, so you got Yakety Yak right here, released in 1958, is from the Coasters. Songwriters are Jerry Lieber, and Mike Stoller. Okay, so you got this one. It's a song produced and arranged, released by Atco Records, spending 7 weeks at #1 and a week at #2 on the Hot 100. The song was one of a string of singles released by the Coasters between 1957 and 1959 that dominated the charts. Wow, so this wasn't even like a one-hit wonder. They had songs really pounding this one out. I gotta tell you, man, that it says tenor saxophone was that solo. That solo was fun. That solo was so fun, but it also made me think about like older cartoons, right? You kind of get these scenes where it gets really silly and maybe one character's chasing the other and things are happening. You know, the rake comes up and hit the guy in the face and the chase continues. It made me think about that, like really lighthearted, fast pace. You know, that saxophone was nailing it. It was absolutely hitting it out of the park. But it made me think about those old time cartoons where a scene's going on like a chase or something, and that music's playing and it's kind of silly. I really liked it. Like I said, I think it's a song that connects to children, to teenagers, to parents, all in one way or the other. And that just kind of, you know, brings the lightheartedness into it, was that saxophone. So it's like, don't take this. It is, you know, maybe you feel tense in those moments where you got to be writing your kid about getting their chores done and stuff, but this song is meant to be a little more playful, a little more lighthearted of a situation. So this is a song is a playlet, a word Solar used for glimpses into teenage life that characterized the songs he and Lieber wrote and produced. The lyrics describe the listing of household chores to a kid, presumably a teenager. The teenager's response, yakety yak, and the parents retort, don't talk back. That's why they put in like that deeper parental voice, right? An experience very familiar to a middle-class teenager of the day. Lieber has said that the Coasters portrayed a white kid's view of a black person's conception of white society. Okay. I guess that time's different. I didn't really think color to it, but the serial-convict street smart playlets etched out by the songwriters were sung by the Coasters with a sly clowning humor. Yeah, that's what you kind of got from it. While the tenor saxophone of King Curtis filled in the up-tempo doo-wop style, the group was openly theatrical in style. They were not pretending to be expressing their own experience. So they nailed it. I mean, in what the way they explained that, you know, this was delivered by the Coasters, yeah, they nailed it. The threat and punishments in the song's humorous lyrics are as follows. Take out the paper and the trash or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with the broom. Get all that garbage out of sight or you don't go out on Friday night. Yeah, so very fun. Right here, the last verse reads, just tell your hoodlum friends outside. You ain't got time to go for a ride. I tell you, if somebody calls you a hoodlum, that still hurts today. You know, they call you a hoodlum. You hoodlum. Like, oh, man, why you got to hit me with that, man? So it still got the same effect. It's still got the same effect all these decades later. All right, so thank y'all for tuning in today, man. Y'all have a great one. This was a great, fun listen. I love the sound. I love the humor behind it. All fun, and that saxophone, just amazing solo from that saxophone. You ain't gonna hear it like that very much. This is probably the one time I've heard the saxophone get so like silly and fun. So, you know, where am I gonna hear that? I've reacted to probably 1,000 songs on this channel. So thank y'all for being here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know more that you'd like me to check out from the Coasters or anything from this era. Would love to. Hopefully y'all have a great, positive day, and I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.